Hi, my name is David, and I wanted to make a video showing the different ways that we go camping, some of the things that we take along, and maybe inspire you to try some new camping ideas and try to use what you have around the house. You don't have to go buy the most expensive things. If you've got a mountain bike and a backpack, you're set to go. If you've got an old pickup, a lot of times you can take it out, stay in the back of it. You don't have to buy expensive tent or anything. Just try to find out what works for you. So I've got some ideas I want to share with you on how we camp and things that we do. We have a conversion van that we bought a couple years back, and a lot of times we'll take it camping because it's so comfortable inside, and it has a lay down bed. If we're in a town or a place where it's too far to drive back home, sometimes we'll just pull over to Walmart and stay in the van, if there's just two or three of us. And you can pull in an apartment complex or a motel. There's so many vehicles out there, they don't you blend in, and you can stay overnight for free, and it doesn't cost you anything. My wife and I, we like to travel quite a bit. We have a small airplane that we can we flew out of Dolphin Island. We've camped there before. Places that, grass strips where you fly in and it's remote, whether it be hunting or golfing. There's a lot of airports near golf courses, and we'll stay in the airplane overnight. And I want to show you some of those, pictures and show you those ideas that we, have for you. Not everybody has an airplane. Not everybody has a van. So just try to use what you have, and then upgrade your equipment as you can. And again, you don't have to have the best equipment either. You can go with a lighter and some canned food and your car or pickup, and camp near your house close by. So, anyways, there's lots of different ways to camp, and hopefully you'll enjoy this video. And thanks for clicking on the video. I'm just going to go over kind of an overview of some of the items that we take when we go, whether it be backpacking or riding, four-wheelers out in the woods. Just kind of some ideas that we have. So,
Okay, I'm just going to go over my equipment that I take. I don't always take all the same equipment. Some trips are different. But for the most part, this is what I take. I'll take some kind of a chair and table. If I have room, if I'm backpacking or mountain biking, of course I won't take the bigger items. I've got a small compact axe, knife with a Pharisee rod for starting fires, a saw for firewood, easy cutting of small branches, that type of thing. In this package here, I've got like a headlamp, another lighter, some rope, an extra flashlight, some utensils like a spoon and a fork and a knife. For eating, I have another Pharisee rod in there for starting fires, and then I have some fire starter and a small canister, film canister. Now, if you don't have a bunch of money, don't let that bother you. Just find what you can. This axe is very cheap. I've had it since I was a little boy. You can find those at flea markets or yard sales or whatever, and then just put a good edge on it, and it works just as good, if not better, than the ones you're going to pay high dollar for. So for the water, if I have plenty of room, I'll take the garden sprayer full of water. That way I can clean things, even take a shower if needed be. It's just nice to have a couple gallons of water, other than maybe your drinking water, that type of thing. For drinking water, I always take this camping with me. Again, if I can carry bottled water or maybe filtered water from my house, I will in a backpack, with one of the Camelbacks or something like that. But if not, then this is a good item to have. And what that is a water filter that you can literally stick in the river and pump it out and fill your containers, your Camelback, that type of thing, with some filtered water, and it works really well. I've used it in Colorado, Arizona, Arkansas, and drank most of my water through that when I go camping, especially if I'm in the backcountry, and I've never had any problems, never been sick, so I trust that quite a bit. some of the cooking utensils that I have. Again, don't worry about going, this is a Snow Peak and so is this. Don't worry about going and buying a fancy set of Snow Peak. You know, if you want to and want to spend the money, I think they're about 60 bucks for the stove, and then they add for the cookware and type thing. It just depends on which pots you buy and all that. And then these are the canisters. This is the small one. You can get larger ones. I just like it because it fits inside the cook stove and the utensils that I use. This here's another set that I bought at Walmart. I think the whole set, Stanley set of cookware, was like $11, maybe 12. And it works really good. It's easy to keep clean, and it works as good, if not better, than the Snow Peak. The Snow Peak is titanium, so I imagine they'll last longer, won't rust, that type of thing. But so far I've had great luck with the cheaper one as well. I just buy cheap eating utensils. That's what I was telling you I had in the other pack, the spoon, the knife, and the fork that all fold up together. Let's see, this is a jet boil. This works really good. We use that mainly when we go to Colorado for the high altitude and stuff like that. It uses less fuel, and will last a long time when we're backpacking up in the Rockies, whether it be you know, Colorado or the Ozarks or wherever. It's a good, small, compact, complete system that we've used over the years. I always take coffee and then water flavorings. I like to have hot chocolate and oatmeal, mashed potatoes, and then I usually take quite a few of these for an actual meal. The rest of that's just supplements that I take for, you know, snacks or a drink break. But I really like the Mountain House. That's just the brand I've bought. I don't know that it's better than any other or worse, but so far I've found that I like those. This is just a bag I carry also that's got deodorant. I've got some super glue, shampoo, some sunscreen, extra lighters. I carry wipes. Wipes are great when you're out in the woods. Got some Q-tips, Band-Aids. I keep a first aid kit in there as well with the wipes. Also, if you're going to be where you know can carry it and have extra room, the Anchor external battery is nice. You know, it carries a full day charge, and you can charge you know, you can charge your phone several times. I carry the Anchor solar charger. It has 3 panels in it when it opens up, and they do a good job. I'm really impressed with them. I didn't expect much when I bought them, but they really do good, and this lasts a long time. Plus it has a flashlight built into it. This is my tarp for my hammock, and a lot of times if I'm out, I'll throw up a hammock if the weather's nice, and then if it's going to rain, of course, put that over it. But if it's going to be cool, I'll definitely want to have a sleeping bag that's warm, and then also a thermal pad in the hammock, because once you lay on your sleeping bag and compress your sleeping bag in a hammock and it gets below 50, even in a, you know, fairly good sleeping bag, you're going to get cold. At least your backside is. Just a cheap backpack will do. You know, you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive items. Try to look around your house and see what you have that'll work. I happen to start out with just the backpack I had when I graduated high school, and going on, you know, short camping trips and putting a mat underneath that backpack and sleeping bag, and just kind of, you know, carabiners hanging cups and things off of that small backpack, and it worked fine. It got me into the woods and camping. If you've got room, again, you've got a blanket is just a handy thing to have. It comes in nice for all different reasons. But that's just kind of a quick rundown of a lot of the stuff that I do take. I'm sure I forgot something, but try to use what you have. You know, if you've got a little extra money, you know, you can upgrade your equipment as time goes on. But don't not go because you don't have the right equipment. You don't have to have all this to go. Really, you don't have to have much of it at all. You can take canned food from your house, a lighter, and some food, that you can put in a backpack. Take your hygiene, your toothbrush, toothpaste, things like that you can just go out with a sleeping bag or a blanket, a couple blankets, and get out in the woods and enjoy the woods or along a river.
And that's just a rundown of kind of the items that we take when we do go camping. Next, I want to show you on the airplane how we transform it into a camper and make it comfortable so that overnight it's a great place to stay, or a great option to stay overnight in and camp out or boondock. We've stayed in it in big cities, usually with a towered airport, or a controlled airport. It's much more difficult to stay in it and camp in it.
So what I did is I figured out a way to use my airplane as a camper. So what I did is, you can see the plywood piece underneath the bikes, the folding bikes. And what I did is I took a piece of plywood and I made it fit just inside the floor of the airplane and put piano hinges on it so it could be folded up and stored there where the middle seats go. So what I'll do is I'll progressively show you how the airplane transforms. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load all the camping gear in this location. It stores nice and neat underneath the folding deck of the bed, and stores away nice and neat and out of the way. And if you need to get to it, you can just fold two of the hinges up and access it and fold them back down. So it's really easy access, and it's a great place to keep it stored and out of the way and kind of hidden. Now, as you can see, everything stores pretty good. I don't have it in my backpack just to show you that it fits real easy. If you had a backpack in here, you could just set the whole thing in the seat when you're getting ready to put the bed down. Just to show you that you can get a lot of gear just in the floorboards. I've left it open halfway so that if I want to, I can put the seats back in, put the bikes back in, fly somewhere. But most generally, I'm going to have most of this in a backpack back here in this area, stored away. But if you need, when this bed is made out and everything, and you need a little extra storage, there's plenty of, this is a great area for it. Again, if you do want to put the seats back in and you've got this full of gear, you'll have to either put it in a bag and move it, but just depends on your where you're going and what you're going to be doing. So a lot of times I'll put this table, take it along too. It comes in real handy, especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And the blanket, I'll just store those back here. Sometimes I'll put it underneath there, but a lot of times I'll keep it out when we're flying. And then when the seats are out and the bikes are out, then I'll just fold this down. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and show you how the plywood lays in the back here and creates the sleeping area. once you've got it all laid out and everything situated, you can bring your sleeping bags and your thermopads in. And a lot of times I'll bring a 40-inch blow-up mattress along as well. It's a little bit more comfortable than just a couple thermarests and some 2-inch thick blow-up mattresses. But as you can see, it's fine for 2 people. Plenty long. Your head's up here. A lot of times we'll put a bag or something down here at the end because there is about a foot or so down at the end. But that's pretty much our camper in an airplane with all of our gear and everything. I do have some covers that go over the windows I'll show you that make it completely dark. And then for this window here, I've got a little cutout that I stick in there to cover it because we've got to go in and out that door, because the cover that covers this door area, it snaps on the outside, and it's you know, if you have that on, you can't get in and out of this door very easy. So you just go up over this door here and climb out on the cockpit door. So that's, I just want to show you guys how we do it in our airplane, and maybe inspire somebody to try to see if they can make theirs work in a different way or the same way, or whatever works for them.
Here you can see the covers on the windows and the folding bikes and backpacks that we have just outside the airplane. I'd like to say thank you for watching the video, and hopefully you can get out and do some camping or boondocking real soon.